Teachers Day, also known as International Teachers Day, is an international day held annually on October 5th, established in 1994. It commemorates the signing of the 1966 UNESCO ILO. Recommendations concerning the status of teachers, which is a standard-setting instrument that addresses the status and situations of teachers around the world. Our guests who are in the line of education are also responsible for the project Modern Sustainable Economic Farm. Is executed to establish the sustainable environment farming techniques, especially with the memories in mind and the economic feasibility of production. This section of the Institute's proofs projects was approved to improve and raise the level of production on the farm in an integrated manner, with the project's components to reach optimum economic sustainability.
We are back to our show again. Good morning, Kuwait. You already see a glimpse about our distinguished guests. Now we're going for our first interview segments. Today we are celebrating the World Teachers Day, as also known as the International Teachers Day, held annually in the 5th of October, established in 1994. It commemorates the signing of the 1966 UNESCO ILO recommendations and concentrating the status of teachers, which is already a standard sitting in, we call it, instrument that already addressed the status of situation of teachers around the world. Our guests today, they are representative that great mission, and so they are also, we can say, more thing about the establishment, the great education program, being also a member in WCSS. So their project called Modern Sustainable Economic Farm is already executed to establish a sustainable environment, farming technique, especially with memories and also mind and economic feasibility of the production. This section of the Institute previous project was already approved to improve the rise of the level of the projection in the farm in the integrated manner with the projection components reach optimum economic sustainability. So to know more about this topic, we're delighted to have with us today مشاعل الشويحان. She's a teacher and a human شويحان, sorry. She's a teacher and a human rights activist and children's rights, also known or the board member in Women Cultural Society, and also Dlal معرفي, private sector development consultant and member in the Kuwait Women Culture Society WCSS. Hello everyone and good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. First of all, I want to say good morning to your viewers and to all your colleagues. I also want to say good morning and wishing a happy day on Teachers Day. Yes, for all teachers. I wish them a progressive and successful year.
You're most welcome and thank you for joining us today. We are very proud of you. This is like you are already teaching in elementary school, and you see today is your day.
Yes.
So today this is our like appreciation for your efforts, what you are doing.
Actually, every day is our day.
Yeah, for sure. It's every day is your day because you are teaching and you are preparing, and now it's like we call it back to school. So we will want to go first of all for Teachers Day or for WCSS better.
Yes. You can choose whatever you want.
So I will go for the second choice, WCSS, because now it's like the role for WCSS. What about their role for the education, in your point of view?
Okay. First of all, if I want to talk about the Women Cultural Society and their effort in the Kuwaiti society, they start because they start early in the 60s, as far as you know, for the history of the Women Cultural Society. Yes. 1963 actually.
63.
Yeah, and hopefully in February 2023 we will hold 60 year. Hopefully, inshallah, ya Rabbi. So the Women Cultural Society, when they start to empower women in education, because the starters or the role model for this society most of them were highly educated Kuwaiti ladies.
Nice.
So they care more about empower women in education.
Nice.
So that's the thing that they concentrate over it.
Okay, so this is very important topic. I got something from your point, women empowerment.
Yes.
So Dalal, women empowerment for WCSS, it's important. This is like a huge role, right?
Yes, yes. As Masha'al mentioned, it all started with mission in educating women and getting rid of illiteracy during the 50s and 60s. So they went door to door and tried to educate the parents in order for the little girls to go to an actual school rather than just staying at home and reading, you know, the fundamental ways of education.
You know why I transfer to her? Because the second question is for you.
Okay.
Today is your day, International Teachers Day. How does it feel for you? As like this day commemorates for appreciation for your efforts.
It's a hard effort, actually. You know that we start to establish after the huge pandemic that happened in the world. So the teachers today, they have a huge problem. They are facing many challenges.
Which are what?
Yeah, this is what I'm going to talk about. After the pandemic, we start to have many loss of education, and especially in some skills for the student. So teachers trying to transform the way of educate, the techniques. So they start to use the new techniques or new method to, how can I say, to fill this
gap or just
to fill this gap. Yeah, you have lots of students, billions of students all over the world. They have the drop skills, and we have to encourage them to get it back again.
You know, because it goes me to another topic. You say teachers is the profession will teach all the professions.
Yes.
So this is like your role. So what about the responsibilities that teachers was already facing today? Like this is, we call it, this is the new way of education. You do something for it, like take as your responsibility. Like this is your children, this is your already part of your family, right?
Yes, yes.
Masha'al.
One of the most big challenge that we face now, that getting the student to get known, no, not a new level actually, to get known with their schools again.
Okay.
You know, after 2 years online, using their PCs, using their laptops, their iPad. They get used to use machines. They deal with machines. So now we want them to get their natural life again. So we are facing two challenges. One of them is a social challenge, and the other is a knowledge challenge.
Nice. Knowledge and social challenge, it's very huge responsibility, and we are appreciating you, what you are doing. I know, like you always, you are going there, and you have a full determination to just teach them to be like there again for them.
I will say something I have today. I give my class, then I come to your interview today. So I told my students, never accept no as an answer. And never say, I don't know. Every I don't know is a real answer, because you have to find out what is the real answer.
You have to search for it.
Yes.
That's important. So I see from your eyes, everyone have his own story.
Yes.
Tell me more.
Actually, the Girls Club is part of the sustainable development. We try to give skills to young girls and educate them and in different ways in the art of communication and speech, as well as self-confidence, leadership, and hands and crafts like art and cultural identity.
So the idea is like you want to create a new leaders.
Yes. New leader, new generation in women cultural society. Yes, we want to build a new generation. We used to have the first generation, the second generation. I could be from the third generation, Dalal, and you met my other colleague, Sharifa, from the fourth generation. We want to hold a new generation. They could be the leader of this society in the future, and other NGOs in the future.
And you are both still flowers.
Oh, thank you.
You're most welcome. So about the girls club, how about the ages who can register in this club?
Yeah, they started from, actually we start from 10, but it's mostly from 11 to 17. But we have girls from 10 years old to 18 years old.
Nice.
They get along with the others. They started 2 years, actually a year ago. We started through the pandemic, actually, through Zoom meetings, and they were gathering, speaking to each other. You want to break all the social distance that used to have back then. But now they are more as sisters in the girls' club. They, some of them, they just graduated from high school, so they are asking about the little girls. What you have? What are you doing? What you will have as activities in this summer?
And some want to volunteer as well, which is very nice.
Nice, from 11 to 17, social skills and avoiding, like now, from social distancing to talking to each other, interacting, gaining new friends, and aware more about the society and about the women empowerment. There is a very simple word, we hear it all the time: equality and equal opportunities.
Yes.
It's very important because we have justice and equality. It's like for men and also women. So what do you want to say, Dalal, for this kind of topic?
Well, when it comes to equality and equal opportunities, we want to educate young girls when it comes to those two topics. Girls will never take the place of men. Because they have their role and we have our role.
Yes. Your role and our role.
Yes. And we're not also in a battle or a fight.
No,
we live in this world.
Each other.
Exactly. We complement each other. We don't compete. For instance, we teach young girls how to accept certain things and as well as
aware them,
give them awareness and educate them on their rights in the workplace, in school, in universities, in order for them to avoid, let's say, future conflict.
Open new angles.
And open new angles.
New angles for them.
And Masha'al also works on that as part of her human...
Okay, for human rights, I'd like to thank you. Thank you so much for being with us today. So already we're speaking to Masha'al Shwayhan. She's a teacher and a human rights activist in children's rights, as well as the board member in Women Culture Society, and also Dalal Ma'rifi, private sector development consultant and member in Women Culture Society.